Hi, this recording is to help you work through Phonics, Unit 30, Lesson 3. In this lesson, students will be reviewing sight words, reviewing the digraphs SH and TH, reviewing short vowel sounds, reading a story silently and aloud. Students will also be focusing on capitalization and punctuation. For this lesson, you will need the Phonics Works Lesson Guide, pages 791 through 796. and the activity book, page 76. Your student will also need their dictation notebook, index cards, sight words box, and whiteboard. The first activity in this lesson is sight word concentration. It's found in the lesson guide on page 792. For this activity, you will need 2 sets of sight word cards to review sight words with your student. Please pause this recording to play sight word concentration. For our next activity, we will practice finger stretching. It's found in the lesson guide on page 792 and 793. Let's finger stretch the word than. The first sound is the next sound is a, the last sound is n. Let's put that together. Than. Now it's your turn to practice. I'm going to say words with several sounds in them. You'll say each word and then you'll finger stretch it while you say each sound in the word. Are you ready? Here's your first word. Finger stretch shop. Did you say sh, a, p? Great job. What is the middle sound? The middle sound is ah. Let's try another word. Are you ready? Finger stretch, dish. Very good. D, I, sh. Now what is the last sound you hear? The last sound is sh. Here's another word. Finger stretch, which. W, I, ch. Now what is the last sound? The last sound is ch. Wonderful. Now finger stretch the word match. M, a, ch. What's the middle sound? The middle sound is a. Finger stretch the word catch. K, a, ch. Great job. What is the middle sound? The middle sound is a. One more word. Finger stretch sock. S, a, k. Now what is the last sound? If you said k, you got it. Fantastic. Very good finger stretching. Our next activity is making and reading rhyming words. This game is found in the lesson guide on page 793. Listen to these 2 words. Batch, patch. Batch and patch. How are these 2 words alike? How are they the same? If you said they had the same last sound, they both end in the ch sound. You got it. You are right. Now let's look at the word batch. Inside this square, starting with the letter B, is the word batch. Let's read it. Batch. Now let's change our word. Let's take away the B and change it to a P. Let's look at our word again. P-atch. Patch. Now let's make another word. Let's take away the P and change it to an M. Can you read this word to your learning coach? Make the sound of the first letter. Very good. And M says, The end of our word says atch. Put it together. Atch, match. Great job. Let's make a new word. Take away the M, change it to a C. Now, sound out this word and read it to your learning coach. You're doing such a good job. Let's read it together. The C says K. The end of our word says atch. We haven't changed that. K, atch, catch. Very good. Now let's change our first letter to an L. Sound out and read this word. Now let's do it together. L says L, atch, L, atch. Let's put it together. Latch. You're doing such a good job. Now for our last sound. T and H. What sound does TH make together? If you said th, you got it. Now let's put our parts of our word together. Th, atch, thatch. Great job, boys and girls. For additional practice, find this activity on page 793 in your lesson guide and use your whiteboard to practice making rhyming words. Our next activity will review sentences and punctuation. Remember, boys and girls, to begin a sentence, we always use a capital letter in the first word. Let's look at our first sentence here. Do you visit the library? The very first word is do. It starts with a capital D because it's the first word in our sentence. We always capitalize the beginning of sentences. And our first sentence we see here is an asking sentence. It asks a question, so we included a question mark at the very end. Do you visit the library? That's a question, and you see the question mark. When you ask a question, it's good to get an answer. The next sentence is a telling sentence. It's telling us the answer. Let's read it together. You can check out a good book. It starts with a capital letter. The very first word in the sentence is you, and it starts with a capital Y. Since this is a telling sentence, it ends in a period. Do you see the period at the very end? So remember, all sentences when you write should start with a capital letter at the beginning, and it needs punctuation at the end, like a question mark for a question and a period for a telling sentence. For the remainder of this activity, you will need to turn to page 793 and 794 in the lesson guide. You will also need to prepare index cards with 2 sentences on it so your student can practice more with sentences and punctuation. Be sure to pause this recording while you complete this activity. Now it's time for our activity book page number 76. For this activity, students will read each of the sentences aloud. They will rewrite the first word in the sentence. Remember to use a capital letter for the first word in a sentence, and then put a period at the end of each sentence. Pause this recording to complete the activity. The very last offline activity for this lesson is dictation, writing sentences. It can be found in the lesson guide on page 795. When you complete this activity with your learning coach, be sure and return to the online lesson in the OLS. Be sure and play the online games to practice with sentences, capitalization, and punctuation. When you've finished all of the activities in the lesson, be sure and mark this lesson as complete, enter your attendance, and complete the attendance survey. I hope this lesson was helpful for you. Thanks for watching.